EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for the weekend of November 2nd and 3rd, 2024. The weekend video forecast is proudly sponsored by the KP Agency in Easton, Pennsylvania. And just like that, the unending Joe Namath commercials are flooding your television and your phone ringing off the hook, touting free groceries and money back in your Social Security if you're Medicare eligible. Truth be told, most of that rhetoric doesn't apply to the vast majority of folks. When you call those numbers on TV or answer the phone from a telemarketer, you'll most likely be switched out of your current insurance and put into a plan that doesn't suit your needs. Why rely on a stranger on the other end of the phone to help you with such an important life decision? The KP Agency is a local independent brokerage you can count on for an unbiased review of your Medicare plan choices and at no cost to you for doing so. Medicare open enrollment runs between October 15th and December 7th, so it's already begun and in full swing. So do yourself a favor and use a reliable source. Give Kristen a call or text at 908-329-7140. Again, that's 908-329-7140. Or visit them online at thekpa.net. And don't forget to tell you that Bobby sent you. They are the KP Agency in Easton, Pennsylvania, proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. Starting off with temperatures here, with the trough settling in, the blues indicate slightly below average temperatures. We are going to be back to cooler temperatures over the next 2 days. Anyway, this entire weekend will at least feel like autumn after we spent several days above average. And this is looking at Saturday. It's really going to settle in on Sunday. So if you look at the temperatures, the high temperatures on Sunday, it's about a degree or two lower. So I think the higher the 2 days, even though they're both going to be on either side of average, is going to be Saturday, and then maybe a degree or two lower on Sunday, with many areas staying in the upper 50s. You see above me, 56 to 62 is the spread in temperatures today, and 58 to 60. Very tight spread there for your Sunday. But then all this sitting out here is going to be heading in. This trough is going to be lifting out in this direction, and all of this right here is going to be heading toward us. I don't think it's going to be quite as warm as what it was this past week, but it's going to be close. You're going to have some areas that are getting close to the 80-degree mark, maybe down by Philadelphia here by the time we get to Wednesday. But I think it's going to be solidly in the 70s this week, so not quite as anomalously warm. 15, 16, 17 degrees above average is relative to averages at that time. So at that time, your average highs are kind of like 56 to 60 across the region. So if you're adding, 16, 17, 18 degrees to that, you're getting close to 80, but you're going to be in some places, but you're looking at generally temperatures in the 70s, well into the 70s, but 70s nevertheless. This isn't part of that up and down nonsense I've been talking about. It's going to be continuing not only for the last couple of weeks, but going forward for a while. It looks like a lot of November is going to feature this up and down stuff. And the reason why we went slightly above average for the entire month is because you're going from above average, cold front comes through, and then you go back to near average. So it's not like we're going below average, really. I mean, very slightly, as you saw this weekend. This is very slight. This is really not doing anything to make it below average. But we're not talking about 10 to 15 degrees below average to balance 10 to 15 above average. We're now going from above average ahead of a cold front to near average on the opposite side of it, or very close to it. So that's why we have slightly above average temperatures of +2 to +4 projected in our Friday long range for the month of November as a whole. We're going to continue this for a while. As far as precipitation, not any much to really speak of. Here's that big high pressure that's going to be in control over weather this weekend. This is the reason we will have mostly sunny skies just anchored here over southeastern Canada and New England. Is going to be sitting there. This is actually looking at early Sunday morning, but Saturday is pretty much the same idea here too. Once we get to Monday, there is a warm front that's going to be off to our north, and that's going to be situated up here. So we're calling it partly to mostly cloudy skies. A little bit of an onshore flow here with that high pressure moving just east of the Gulf of Maine here, or it's just southeast of there. The warm front's going to be off to our north, so because it's your close proximity, you might have a little bit more in the way of clouds, but still partly to mostly cloudy on Monday. And then any morning clouds on Tuesday will give way to partial clearing in the afternoon. Now, if you're living in our southern areas here, this is not going to pertain to you. You're going to be just partly cloudy. No worries Monday and Tuesday. It's just when you get closer to that warm front up further north, you'll have a little bit more clouds in the way of clouds to deal with, okay? And that's through Tuesday. Now, Tuesday on the opposite side of that front is going to be notably warmer. Monday, we're going to be back in the low to mid 60s, but then Tuesday, you'll be in the lower to middle 70s, okay? Wednesday is your peak day, if you will, ahead of this next cold front. And we're hoping this holds together, but again, this is showing very little, just like the last front we had come through yesterday morning, okay? It wasn't really much precipitation, a couple drops, Really don't expect a whole lot with this. Hopefully that changes, but right now it's not looking promising for this midweek front. But on the opposite side of that, both Thursday and Friday are dry days with partly cloudy skies expected and temperatures dropping back into the 60s again. Still slightly above average, but it will be back into the 60s instead of the 70s at that point. I'm EPA WA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for this weekend of November 2nd and 3rd, 2024. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.